The model up for review this month is Bachmann's Class 37 and the code is 32-377. This is a Class 37-4 diesel locomotive numbered 37408 and its name is Loch Rannoch and it's in the popular BR blue large logo livery. During the BR modernisation plan, it was identified that there was a need for a Type 3 locomotive to sit between the Type 2 and the Type 4. An example of a Type 2 might be the Class 26 or 27, and the Type 4 might be the 40 or the 47. The Class 37 was earmarked for this because it had 1500 horsepower and it was built by English Electric. All locomotives from new were classified as 37 zeros, and later on they were split into subclasses. The 37-4 received electric train heating to replace the steam boilers. This work was carried out at Crewe during 1985 and 86. These locomotives also received new bogies, and the English Electric generator was also replaced by a brush alternator. There was also extensive rewiring of the locomotive to prolong its operational life. There were 31 of these locomotives designated to the 37-4 subclass, and they basically were split between Wales and Scotland. Scotland received 25 of them and Wales 6. This particular model, Loch Rannoch, is a very early release of the Bachmann 37. It's an 8-pin version. It was released in the early noughties and it's one of the very early tooling, so it doesn't actually have all the mod cons, if you like, of a current release from Bachmann. The differences in this model and the new ones are aesthetic as well as mechanical. First off, the loco came without any of its lamp irons fitted or the nose aerial. These are simple to fit. A lot of these models are sold on eBay without the parts fitted and no supplied pack, so obviously it wouldn't look right without the lamp irons on the front. The good thing about supplying the pack without the nose aerial fitted is that it doesn't tend to get bent while sitting in the polystyrene sleeve, and it's very simple to push into place. It didn't even need any glue. It was a nice snug fit. So the front was, shall we say, fitted by me, along with all the buffer beam detail from the original Bachmann pack. It does have a rather chunky 3-link coupler there that's moulded from plastic as opposed to the new ones which are fine etched brass. However, the hook, the central coupling hook, was already fitted and I didn't want to have to haul that out to put the etched one in place, so I just fitted the plastic one, and you'll see that when I spin the loco round. It has the domino head codes with the headlights, and it's got the central high intensity headlamp there as well. What it doesn't have that the new ones have, it doesn't have tail lights. So these tail lights are purely cosmetic. Is that a big deal? Not unless you're running at light engine and you want to see the loco's back as it passes by. Obviously it's not going to be lit. This loco also doesn't have any windscreen wipers. Again, not instantly noticeable, but a missing detail. But then again, if you're looking at this model being, say, 2002, it's over 15 years old. This one doesn't have opening cab doors. The original ones didn't, the modern ones don't, but the ones in between did. I've got a couple that I've got sprung cab doors. A novelty, not really required, so I'm glad that Bachmann have just, not retained that feature. This is an 8-pin locomotive, and it tends to have a little bit of the original Bachmann wobble there. The 37s and the 47s kind of had that. It doesn't affect its running when it's in motion and doesn't affect its performance at all. It's quite a quiet locomotive. A lot of the 37s aren't. It's not the most sophisticated mechanism in the world, but it does the job. Another thing this one does have, if I move the camera up, is a different arrangement for the grille. It's a black mesh grille. You can clearly see the fan, which rotates if you know, if you were to blow on it, it would rotate. And it's a different plated over version of the Class 37. How accurate that is to prototype, I'm not too sure. But I say, this is the only one I've ever seen with that arrangement for the roof grills. The Loch Rannoch is picked out superbly on the side. You get edge plates with it as well, which I don't tend to fit. And the Scotty dog there, not as detailed as the modern Scotty dogs on locos. There's less internal detail. It's more of a silhouette, if you like, in white. You can see there. But again, it represents the Scotty dog, the Eastfield Scotty dog, well enough. And the numbers are applied perfectly. All in all, visually, the fit and finish on this model is top notch. The paint finish is correct, there is no flaws in the paint, there's no blemishes at all, and even the orange cantrell stripe picked around the side of the cab there over the nose is flawless. Before I go and run it on the layout, just looking at the front, as I said to you, it's a rather chunky plastic link coupling there, which is just pushed in place. I could take it off, I've not bothered gluing it. It does have sprung buffers with red buffer shanks there, as is correct for this particular locomotive, and it's got the domino head code, which I think suits the Class 37 best of all, out of all the locomotives. I do prefer the split box of the 37 Zeros, but I'm not going to moan about this one because it really is a cracking model. It doesn't have cab lights, but as somebody pointed out to me recently, whoever has the cab lights on anyway, it's still got good cab interior detail and a driver fitted. Final word for me on this model, it cost me £101 on eBay. It was a mint condition model and I had to have it. It's an edition that I've been looking for some time, 37408. Do I need another 37 enlarged logo? No. Is it nice to have another one? Yes. I've lost count of how many I have, but it sets my kind of era for the layout of mid 80s onwards, and I couldn't really let this one go, especially when the detail pack was already in the box unused and the loco even came DCC fitted for me. I had a 2-function decoder in it. If you compare the price of this new, it probably costs well under £60, but then again that was 15 years ago. So I paid 101 and I was very happy to do that. Until recently, or last year, I bought Mary Queen of Scots. It was £117 from Hatton's, and that was generally the price on all the online retailers. Bachmann in their wisdom seem to be putting the prices up by 10-15% year on year. I don't know where they're getting these figures from. They could blame Brexit all they like, and inflation sitting at 3%, but that doesn't equate to the 10-15% price rise year on year. They now want £135 for a Bachmann Class 37, which is in essence the same moulding and tooling as the one sitting in front of you, which is circa 2002. Now, is £135 for a Class 37 worth it? It's starting to be questionable, to be honest. So that's why I'm starting to look on eBay for, better made, better fit and finished models from previous Bachmann releases, because I think they're just pricing themselves out of the market, and they're pricing us, the modelers, out of the hobby. £135 is okay for a top of the range, modern tooled, say, Hornby Class 50 or a Class 60 from the Hornby range, because they've got all the bells and whistles. This Class 37 doesn't. So interested to hear your thoughts on the price of Bachmann diesels, and indeed their rolling stock. Don't get me started on that. But as I say, this model is an absolute cracker, and for £101 it represented good value for me. I'll let you see it run on the layout now, And if you've got any comments, questions, or if you've got this model and have any opinions on it, do get in touch. Thanks just now. I hope you've enjoyed that video. If you have, why not check out one of my earlier videos? Or if you'd like something from the Network South East region, click on Richard from Everard Junction. The links are on the screen.